Okay, let's do maker100 eco servo. So we're doing actuators now. We've done sensors. Here we go. Servo. Now, unlike the Portenta, the xiao ESP32S3 sense needs its own servo include. So let me open this up in a new tab. Um, there it is, and that is what you have to install on um, your Arduino. So first of all, let's get rid of a fresh sketch and let's just go to libraries and double check about this. Mine's probably installed. There, ooh, interesting, there are two different types. I believe it's that one. Oh, and it could be updated. Sure, let's update it and see if the update works. Just because it's updated doesn't mean it's better. Um, so that looks like it's updated, and let's get rid of that window. First of all, I do have the wires hooked up at the moment, but let's just see if it compiles. No point hooking up the wires if the code doesn't work. Notice I'm saying my servo D2, but right here I'm actually attaching my servo D2 to pin D2, which on the chow, okay, that did run, so I'm gonna fire it onto it. On the chow, we've got ground, D2s, D0, D1, D2, ground. Now that is the only connections for a servo. I really like servos, they're fun to work with. On the chow is just ground to D2. The problem is that the servo needs its own power supply. And here you see it's actually moving. Let's go through the code. That's just standard. Setting up LED built-in to blink, and it probably blinks uh, when it starts doing the setup. That allows serial print. That attaches my servo underscore D2 to D2. So our main loop, we just set the light on. We write testing servo. You can see it showing up there. And then we want my servo D2, because you might have other servos, is going to 20 degrees. So right when that light goes on, right now, it's went to 20 and then went to 160 and then went to 90 and then went through all of this loop from 20 to 160, increasing once at a time. So it's a little bit hard to tell what's going on. Then it turns the light off. Now what I've got here is it's detaching before the long delay and then it's attaching again. That's to try to get rid of, you'll notice there's a little bit of shimmy, probably because my batteries aren't so good. But that can reduce that little bit of shimmy going on. Notice when you detach, you don't say D2, but when you attach, you say D2. So let's look at the cables. On the chow, we only have D2. There's D0, D1, D2 going to the orange part of the servo wires. And we have ground going to the chow. We also have ground going to the battery. And super, super, super important, we have the positive end of the battery is the only thing powering the servo. So the battery has a ground to positive connection on the servo. Ground, for some reason, is brown. No idea why. And that's a full loop, making a circuit. And on the chow, we have the control orange cable, or yellowy orange cable, going to ground. And it's all listed right here. Ground, ground, orange control, 6-volt battery. These servos I have are 6 volt. Please don't have your students use 3.3 volt servos because they automatically think that the xiao has the current to handle that. And it might have one, but students automatically start hooking up 2 or 3 or 4 servos. Please separate the power to your servo from the xiao because a servo should simply use more current than the xiao allows.